Now at 6, family members of a Green Beret are backing a congresswoman's account of a phone call President Trump made to the soldier's pregnant widow. During that call, they claim the president said La David Johnson knew what he signed up for. The president called that a fabrication, and today he went on the attack.
Didn't say what that congresswoman said. Didn't say it at all. She knows it.
This is a grieving widow who is 6 months pregnant. When she actually hung up the phone, she looked at me and said, he didn't even know his name.
Overshadowed in all of this are the 4 Americans killed in that ambush in Niger. Tonight, we still don't know what happened to them.
Well, CBS 2 Orange County reporter Michele Gile has been talking with a local Gold Star family about this controversy. Michelle?
The Gold Star father that I talked to, Pat, has been in this family's shoes. He says he is a supporter of the president and he knows he has a tough job.
One of these is about Iraq, one about global war on terror.
When Gary Brittain's son Joel died in Iraq in 2004, he got a letter from President George W. Bush. Today, this Gold Star father from Brea talked about President Trump's call to La David Johnson's family. The soldier's aunt says it was disrespectful. The president allegedly said the sergeant, quote, knew what he signed up for.
As a guy, I don't know that that would have bothered me because I'm like, well, he went into combat. It's what he did. There's bullets flying and bombs going off. Say that to a mother, and I know a lot of Gold Star mothers. I have a feeling somebody's going to want to pull your heart out of your chest. You know what I mean? Because that's just not what anybody wants to hear.
Brittain, who considers himself a conservative Democrat, voted for Donald Trump because he thinks he'll do more for veterans. The president, he says, cares deeply about the troops.
I think compassion's an important thing. Without being there, I would have hoped that he was compassionate. I just don't know if something was taken out of context or not. And I would certainly hope that nobody would be making it political.
And there was also the issue of President Trump recently saying that he calls all of the military families, or nearly all of the military families, after they lose a loved one. Gary Brittain, that Gold Star father, told me that he doesn't know whether President Trump cares more about the troops, whether he cares more than the other presidents in the past have cared about the military. Live in Yorba Linda, back to you.